Marshmallow Reads. I'm Marcy, and this week I'm going to be finishing 6 Weeks by Mur Lafferty. If you watched my video from last week, you will see that I started it then, but I didn't get to finish it that week. I will be finishing it this week, and I might even get to another book. We'll see. To get you caught up, 6 Weeks is a mystery sci-fi novel where 6 clones/astronauts wake up to find their previous 6 clones murdered, and they have to figure out which one of them did it. And they have to figure it out before they all die because someone sabotaged the cloning facilities. So whatever happens to them now is permanent until they can find the murderer and fix it. To increase the stakes even more, these 6 are responsible for the lives of 2,500 humans because they are the crew of Earth's first generation ship to leave Earth for a distant, far-off new home. And each of these 6 are previous criminals. They ended up on this crew because criminal labor is cheap, and this is a way that they can serve out their sentences. Once they get to their new home, they will be free citizens. But they're also suspicious. And suspicious of each other. I am about 60 pages in. I am liking it so far. It seems like a fun little mystery. I think the characters are fine. Hopefully we get to learn more about them and get to connect to them a little bit more. I will update you soon. We're getting flashbacks to earlier lives of these 6 crew members, including some about when the laws that were first about clones came about. And ooh, I would not want to be in the middle of that mob. I think, who is it? Joanna? I think the doctor. She was once a politician, and she was on the committee that was responsible for voting in these laws. And outside her office, there are 2 protesting camps, both united against her. One is shouting, "Clones are unnatural in the eyes of God." And then the other half are shouting, "Keep your laws off my body." Where have I heard this before? Let's just say I'm pro body autonomy and pro vaccines. We'll leave it there for now. I don't think I am currently equipped to handle a clone ethics discussion, although it does sound really interesting. I definitely have thoughts on it. Maybe sometime in the future I'll make a whole video on it. Maybe I'll read some more clone sci-fi to add to this literature pool of mine. One of the reasons why I love sci-fi so much is because it gives us this opportunity to delve into these sorts of questions and ethical questions before these sorts of things are a reality in our daily life. And I think that's pretty neat. Another thing that they talk about in these flashbacks is that some clones with descendants choose to not leave them anything, and they end up having some pretty bad relationships with their direct descendants, and they're more likely to keep in contact with like great nieces and nephews because they weren't expecting to be left anything. Because one of the rules that they develop for clones is they are able to inherit their own stuff. So when they die and are reborn into a new clone, all of their previous stuff and wealth and everything like that gets moved to their new body. It just gets transferred over. If I was a clone with descendants, I absolutely would at least leave them part of my massive fortune, because not doing so would seem like a dick move. Hoarding of generational wealth sucks. Oh gosh. And they have to deal with the dead clone bodies. So they obviously didn't think that they would need a forensic morgue on this generation ship, so there isn't one. So all of the dead clone bodies are just kind of being stored in the med bay. I wonder how stinky it is. Like, do clone bodies decompose similar to human bodies? I don't know. They usually don't last this long to find out. One of the laws that they have is whenever an old clone dies, their body has to be recycled, disposed of, so that the new clone can awaken. There is a very, very strict rule about there never being an overlap between clones. So you can never have two versions of the same person around at the same time. And that gets into like there's like two technologies here. It's like the mind maps that are the digital, I guess, copies of the brains of the people and their personalities, their memories, experiences, everything, which I think constitutes who you are as a person more so than the other part, your body. So these are all clones of each other, so they all share the same DNA. You can totally get into some weird eugenics stuff here. You can also get into some weird, but also interesting, like genetic engineering stuff. But again, I don't think I am ready to have that conversation, so we're just gonna skip ahead. I think it is neat that they can just create these same body clones where you wake up in the healthiest version of yourself when you're nice and young, but you still have all of the memories and like your personality from your previous lives. It sounds pretty dope. Yeah, and then beyond that, they are currently working on the issue of the ship AI just woke up, but he's like slowly getting back to full potential. He's missing memories too, and they have to get their food printer up and running. It's like this magic science machine that takes like proteins and vitamins and stuff and just like rearranges the molecules into whatever food you want. And their original printer was also sabotaged and will only print hemlock, a poison. So things are getting weird. Update. Yep, clone bodies are pretty stinky too. Ooh, yes. So Maria, the cook, jack of all trades person on the ship, she has been noticing some weird things going on in like her memories and her dreams. Like she keeps seeing her aunt, but it's not actually her aunt. Like she doesn't look or talk like her aunt, but like, you know, it's like, it's a weird connection thing here. And this vision or whatever is trying to warn her about the dangers. She's like, watch out for them. She doesn't specify who they are because we're like halfway through the book, but yeah, I like it. It's like a good little mystery. Also, at the same time that we're immediately after this, a fight breaks out on board involving like basically everyone of the crew, and it seems like they are revealing the culprit, but it's like halfway through the book, so I don't think that's the case. But it's still like a pretty bloody fight, and like people are injured and are gonna want to get into a new clone body pretty soon because it got bad, you know? Like no one died, but it was close. But it has to be more than this. I don't think the person who started this fight is the actual culprit, but we will see. Yo, what is going on with Wolfgang's past lives? Like, you know, every few chapters we get flashbacks of the crew's previous lives and we get to know a little bit more about their backgrounds. Finally, we're getting to Wolfgang, and it's a pretty drastic change from where he started with his original human life to where he ended up in this current clone life. That is important to this story, so I'm not going to really go into it much. But it's starting to become clear that there is some sort of single connection between all of these 6 crew members, and it is probably because of that connection that this craziness is happening. There's like a single mastermind who's brought this all together, but we still don't really know their motive. Like, are they anti-clone? Are they pro-clone? Do they just have like some sort of like revenge plot that they're trying to work out? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna pause here for now and I will update you in a bit. And I'm back. Ooh, okay. So now we just found out about why Maria's memories and dreams are so weird. And then they discovered something wonky is going on with Ian's code. He is the AI that runs the spaceship. And some restriction code had been put on him as a failsafe by one of the crew members, and now that was taken off, and he's doing basically his own thing. He has free will. He's going to do whatever he wants with the ship. So now at this point, we basically know who's behind this, but I still don't know their motive, and I don't know if we're going to get a satisfying explanation to it, because it seems like they have taken this whole plan involving this ship and its crew has taken such a long time to put in place, and they've gone through a lot of effort to make this happen. And it seems like, okay, what could be so important, so bad, or whatever, for you to go through all these lengths to get, you know, revenge? I don't know. How do I put this? There's a person related to Ian, the ship AI, who is really good at manipulating people, both people and clones. It's impressive. And I don't know if this person is the actual mastermind or if they are just another tool being used by the real mastermind. We shall see. Oh, I do want to show you my bookmark. So this is Nighthawks. I got this bookmark at the Art Institute of Chicago. I really miss going to museums and just like anywhere. Yeah, I found this on my bookshelf and decided to start using it for real books and not just for decorations. Oh my god, yes! The food printer, BB, they've named her, is coming in to save the day. I don't want to explain how, because spoilers, but like, I think it's pretty good. And I love Maria. She has definitely become like my favorite of the 6 main characters. I would definitely read another sequel to this, especially, so I finished the book and I did like how it concluded. I think it was a satisfying end, and it was both a good mystery and a good sci-fi. It was a very good combination of the 2 genres, and I really enjoyed it. But the way it concluded, there's still like more to their mission, I guess. And it's like complicated by what actually happened in the story. But I would read a sequel to this to see how it turns out, and especially now that we know these characters, especially Maria and Hero, I want to see more of those two. I don't think this is a series, so oh well. Yeah, I would say I would definitely recommend this to most people. If you are interested in the mystery part and at all, I think this was worth a read. If you like sci-fi, I think it did a really good job of incorporating a bunch of different sci-fi elements, and I thought that was fun to read. Yeah, overall it was really fun. I would definitely check out more from this author. And yeah, if you think this might interest you, check it out. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. And that is the end of this week's reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. I post every Thursday with random videos here and there on Saturdays sometimes. Alright, that's it for this week. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!